Welcome back. Well, India saw the driest August in over a century, according to the Met Department. The IMD says rainfall was 10% below normal from June to August, and an intensifying El Nino threatens to further impact agriculture. In light of this, how is demand panning out for the agrochem sector? Will the companies hold on to their revenue guidance for FY24? How has the sowing been in this particular month? Mahendra Kumar Dhanuka, Vice Chairman and Managing Director of the company, is joining us now to give us a sector perspective and some perspective about their own company as well. Mr. Dhanuka, thank you so much for joining us. In your experience over a number of years in the industry, how bad was the situation in August when it comes to sowing? July saw good rainfall, but August did not. How has it impacted sowing? If you can give us a sense in terms of numbers, how much lower was it versus last year?
See, definitely rainfall plays an important role in the sowing and overall agriculture production. And as per data, we have the driest August in last 108 years. So rainfall was very low in August month, which has impacted the overall growth of the industry as well as for the company. In July, we had very good rainfall and the growth was very good. But unfortunately, August, the performance was not as good as was in July. But overall, still, we hope that we will be able to deliver double-digit growth in this quarter.
But if August has been dry, farmer incomes, sowings would have been affected, right? The kind of sales that you do in the month of August, how much lower was it compared to your expectations, compared to what you had budgeted?
To our expectation, it was 10% lower in comparison to what we expected. But overall, it is higher in comparison to last year. So overall, there is growth in comparison to last year in the month of August. And overall, total in Y-on-Y basis, it is growth.
Okay, so versus last year, you've seen actually a growth in the month of August, despite it being a drier month versus last year.
Right, you are right. Maybe in spite of dry month, we have seen the growth over last year.
Okay, so where did this growth come from if we compare it with last year? And what is September looking like? You must have had conversations with dealers. Are there orders being placed? What is the outlook and the mood on the ground?
You see, gradually the irrigation facilities are increasing in India. So dams are around 60-70% full. So water for irrigation is available to the farmer. And even the farmers use underground water through borewell. So that way irrigation facility has increased, and it is expected that in September also we will be able to register double-digit growth. But overall we were expecting higher double-digit growth, but because of this deficit rainfall, now we expect lower double-digit growth for the whole year.
Okay. So which crops has sowing been affected, the ones which you cater to in terms of your offtake?
We have solutions for all kind of crops, but the sowing for the pulses has been impacted. Overall, the paddy area has increased, and since we have products for all kind of crops and all kind of pests and diseases, so overall we have got very good growth. Recently, we have launched 2 new molecules, Defend, which is for BPH for paddy, and another product is Semacia, which is general insecticide. So we hope that these new molecules will also help in improving the growth of the company.
Mr. Dhanuka, in times like these, when you're seeing lower sowing in some crops and normal in the other parts, how does it impact pricing? Is there an impact on pricing at all, or is it totally dependent on how raw material prices are panning out?
No, the worst is over. Earlier, the prices were coming down till June, but from July onwards, the prices are either stable or they are increasing trend. So now the reduction in the prices has come to an end, and we hope that we are increasing the prices in the month of August also, and in September also we have increased the prices to some extent.
Okay, and even in September you're looking to raise prices. So you said that you're still hopeful of a double-digit top-line growth. You had also guided for a 50 to 100 basis points margin improvement. Is that on track?
Yeah, definitely. We expect gross margin improvement around 200 bips and the EBITDA margin improvement around 150 bips.
Okay, 150 bips would be the EBITDA margin improvement. Earlier, you had guided for 50 to 100 basis points. Are you upgrading that guidance?
Yeah, we are upgrading the guidance for the EBITDA margins.
Is it because prices are going higher versus what you had expected earlier?
Yeah, earlier because of the high cost inventory in the system, we were able to realize lower prices. But since the high cost inventory has totally liquidated, so we are now purchasing at reasonable prices and offering with our margins. So definitely we hope that we will be able to improve our gross and EBITDA margins in this quarter.
Okay, so we'll watch out for that because that's an interesting development. And if you are saying that inventory issues are getting sorted out, that would mean a good news for the industry as well after what we saw in the quarter gone by. Last question before we let you go. You had spoken about the formulation unit. It had gotten delayed. What has the formulation unit started now? It was supposed to start in the month of August. What would the initial capacity utilization look like this year? Or how much will it contribute to your top line?
I presume instead of formulation, you are talking about the Dahej technical plant.
Yes, sorry,
right?
Dahej technical. Yes, sorry, Dahej technical plant, sir. Yes, correct.
I'm happy to inform that on 8th of August, we have started the production at Dahej plant. Initially, we have started with one synthetic pyrethroids, bifenthrin technical, and we have got the good quality output from the Dahej plant. And initially, we expect, because this will be only half year basically production, so we are expecting a sale of around 50 crores from this plant, and next year we hope to double it in the next financial year.
So 50 crore of sales in FY24 and 100 crores in FY25, right?
Right, yeah.
And this will be when the plant is operating at what capacity utilization?
Actually, presently we have put up only one plant over there. There is a space to put up 10 plants over there. So gradually we are looking out for some strategic tie-up with Japanese company and getting some specialty molecule from them. So once that takes place, then we will put up the more plant over there and we'll start manufacturing the specialty molecule from there.
So what is the capex that you're planning here? Will this particular Dahej complex cater entirely to domestic markets, or are you looking at tapping more into the export segment?
The export opportunity is much more in comparison to the domestic market, and you get higher realization in exports. India has become the second largest country in agrochemical exports, leaving USA behind. After China, India is now the second largest country in case of agrochemicals exports. Our exports has crossed 5.5 billion, while USD and US exports are 5.4 billion. Highest is China, around 10 billion. So we do hope that in times to come, since the developed nations are looking China +1, so India is the +1 better choice for the companies, and exports from India are increasing year after year.
Okay, we'll end on the proud note that India has become the second largest exporter of agrochemicals with exports of $5.5 billion. Much lower than China's at $10 billion, but in second position nonetheless. Thank you very much, sir, for joining in, and wish you all the very best. Get into a break. We'll come back with more on the markets, individual stocks. Stay tuned.